I don't know if I should get into a story time. It's currently 9:30 p.m. Well, not exactly, but like a few minutes beforehand. It's currently 9:21 p.m. And what am I gonna sit here and talk to you about? Probably that I'm sitting in my bedroom freezing my ass off. But yeah. Let me go find something to talk about while I proceed to get warm. So, as I still sit here, I'm not really warm yet, and I don't really have anything to talk about. I decided to come up with why not talk about school because school is a cool thing. You know what I mean? Let's talk about school. Well, I don't know how to talk about school without it sounding really generic and like watered down and completely useless. So, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna stare into my monitor until you guys start bursting of laughter and I can end the video. But on a real note, I wanted to get into some things where it's like, at school, it's like, whoa, this is epic. Because my school is not good at that. This is more or less going to be for teachers and stuff on how to. Never mind, it's not going to be for the teachers because fuck you. Wouldn't it be better if, like, school had, like, some thing in place where like you had like 30 minutes during your online class to like go do something actually productive. Like, I'm not saying online school is completely useless, but who actually can sit there for 2.5 hours and proudly say I made it through online school? I think grand majority of us has either gotten up and left to go do something, or we've just fallen asleep. Or we don't even join the class at all and we just go play video games. That's another thing. But yeah, I don't know. How would school make that more interesting? Let me think a bit. Maybe if school had like, like some kind of thing set in place where uh it would be much shorter and taking place later on in the day, just cuz it's online. Like, let's be real here. How many of us really pay attention to online school at all? Like, we join, we're like, "Hey, we're here." And then after they take attendance and whatnot, they buzz off. Or at least that's how it works here in Canada. It's not like the US where you have to have your cameras on at all times. Like, our teachers literally just straight up go like, "All right, are you here?" You say something like, "Hey, I'm here." And that's it for the rest of the class. You can fall asleep with your camera off. You can go off, play video games. You're just completely unfocused from class. Like, maybe if there was something in place to prevent us from doing that, maybe. But don't do the camera thing, because I think the last thing that people want is everybody seeing into their rooms. You have no idea how much anxiety. Like, I don't think schools have any idea how much anxiety that puts on their students, having people see their entire room. Like, for myself, anyways, I do have a face cam. I just choose not to use it for like 90% of teachers, just because like there'll be like the odd teacher in here that's like, "Hey, you should turn your camera on during attendance so you can turn it off and whatever." It's like, for that 1 minute somebody can see something on my desk that they don't like, and that completely alters the way they look at me. Like, it will be like, what, they'll think at school like maybe I'm like, was it just the fat kid that doesn't do much at school, right? But then like the next, like they'll see me in the face cam, and they'll see some, like, I don't know, some kind of like sign on the wall, or actually, for me it's a collection of Hot Wheels cars on my wall, and maybe somebody in my class will just go out there and be like, "He's weird. He's weird. He's so weird. I don't even want to talk to him. I don't want to see him anymore. He's that weird." But yeah, long. I want to keep stretching this out because this is a topic I want to get off my shoulders. Um, this is a thing. The really big thing with me is the face cams. I understand why schools and stuff are doing the face cam stuff, or there's like the odd teacher there that's like, "Hey, can you turn your face cam on? I want to see that you're there." It's like, there's so many things that can go wrong in those few short seconds that you do not have your face cam on. Like, you should be able to trust that your students are there and should just know when they aren't there. Like, you should call them, and if they don't answer you immediately, they're not there. If they answer you with their voice and they're like, yeah, I'm here, what, do you think they said that, like, all the way off from, I don't know, New Mexico? They were off in Mexico City, but their class is in their bedroom, right? And they just casually said, "Oh yeah, no, I'm here," out of nowhere, and it's like, "Yeah, can I see that you're here?" It's like, what's the point of that? They have already proven to you that they're there. They've spoken with words, or even just typing it in the chat. Yeah, I'm here. Maybe they're busy doing something else, like, a little bit of something, but yeah, you know what I mean. It's like they can't do much, and it's like, why do schools like insist sometimes? It's really weird, but the anxiety, it's insane. It's insane. It's like every time I go to bed, it's like I sit there and I think, I'm like, yo, what is this person in my class gonna think if they see my face? I'm sitting here usually shirtless 95% of the times. So that means when they call me and turn my face cam on, that means I have to go running around my room for a shirt to throw on because they ask you to be completely clothed online. It's like, why? Why? It's uncomfortable sometimes. Just when you're sitting in your room, you want to just laze around and bum out, sit here with your shirt off. Sometimes even with your pants off, and just sit here in this chair and just be like, yeah, that's pretty epic. But but no, the schools insist that you have to have your face cam on, you gotta be clothed completely, I mean, like, there's not too many people that have issues with being clothed. It's usually just me, actually, but there's just, for me personally, I like sitting around shirtless, like, usually without clothes on because it's more comfortable. But then, like, online school, they're just like, hey, you should probably put some clothes on. And I'm like, I'll put on a pair of pants, it'll be good enough. But no, now they want me to turn my face cam on so then people can look around my room and be like, duh, 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 duh. You know what I mean? So that's my personal issues with online schooling. I assume it's the same almost with everybody else, is they're having issues with, like, I don't know, anxiety and stuff like that, or they're just not able to focus because it's a different setting and all that stuff. House things going on, like parents talking in the background, pets, things like that. But it's like, for me specifically, it's always the sitting around shirtless and having to have the face cam on. I am not going to let this point die. This is going to be the thing that kills me until the day that I die. Is, did that one person in my grade 11 high school English class see the water bottle that says my initials on it right next to me, and are they going to judge me off of the font of my initials? Like, are they going to be like, oh, that's not fluorescent blue font 14 Arial or something like that, you know what I mean? So, but I'm running out of points to talk about my issues with this online school thing. Other things that I have is just the focus. I can't focus at all, like, at all. I cannot focus at all. It is so hard to focus in online schooling. You have no idea. I'm sitting here. Usually my room is freezing cold for whatever reason. I like it being boiled alive than freezing my ass off. I'd rather burn to death than freeze to death, to be more than completely honest with you. Um, I already don't like working in my bedroom as it is, like, just the atmosphere. It's like, but then the way my school does it is, you go half day, like, you have a half a day at the school, so you go to the school for the morning. So we're still at a COVID risk in the morning, but then for the second half we're brought back home. So it's pretty much like the end of the day at that point. But then they force you to sit in your room and stare at a computer screen. Like, me personally, and probably for many others, is it's probably the first thing they're gonna do when they get home anyways. Like, for me, I'd probably just come home, start streaming, stare at a computer screen for a few hours anyways. But, like, that's because I just got home and I don't mind sitting there and staring at a computer screen for maybe an hour when I get home from school. Usually I'm exhausted when I'm done with school anyway, so it's not like I do a stream every day. But then having the online school and being forced to stay up and take notes while you're in your room, for me, I'm staring at my bed, which is right next to me right now, staring at it, and it's like, I want to climb in there right now and go to bed. But you can't do that because then you're going to miss very valuable notes. It's going to be like, huh, I see, I understand. Or or even just your chair is too comfy and you like hit at that right spot and you want to sit there and just fall asleep because you finally found that one spot, but nope, you're in school. You got to go back. You got to be like, I've got to move around again because I got to write this note. And for me, my desk is completely cluttered. Like, I have this little thing that I was goofing off with. It's like a little box with coins, like my little coin box. Hold on, I'm moving it. I want to get it up out of the way. But it was right next to me, and it's full of coins. And then you got to my left, my desk is full of wires. I have a little LED remote, which is sitting on top of all the wires. I have my phone, which is jumbled up in all the wires. And then I go to my right, and I have a mouse pad, a mouse, a keyboard, and another laptop. I have two laptops to my right for some reason. And then I have this little pull-out thing here, like underneath where the mic is. I don't know if you can hear me moving it. Oh, you definitely heard that. But there's this little pull-out part that's for like keyboards when you have a desktop and all that. It's like this is all right. My keyboard's there. My keyboard is here. My laptops are to my right. My wires are to my left. And my water bottle is usually placed all the way up. And then I have other things just to decorate the desk so it looks visually appealing to look at. And I'm not sitting here like, wow, I'm a disappointment. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying here? And then all my compartments are filled up with cluttered papers, school books, other like, boxes to hold small things like pencils, sometimes coins. I have my wallet put away. I have some computer cords and like headphones and stuff like that put away. I have a box here full of different things from my childhood that's just sitting here. I have like 4 water bottles laying around for some reason and other things like that. And it's like, now how am I supposed to get like paperwork done? Because sometimes school, at least in my place or where I go to school, is there's some teachers that have you go to their class, receive schoolwork, and then go home and write it on the paper instead of doing it online when it's much more comfortable that way. It's like, why would you have us do that? Why have us do that? Like, it may be easier for you to mark, but it's much harder for us to write, and it's different from a school setting because the way teachers, I'm pretty sure the way they think of it when they're doing their job is we have a desk, we have a laptop. Our laptop already has a mic and a face cam in it, and we're just using the trackpad like they are, when like half of us have everything. I mean everything. I don't have everything. I want everything, but I'm not getting everything for the next little while. But yeah, literally whenever I'm doing schoolwork and I'm paying attention to the teacher, I have my screen right in the center of where the cords and my laptops and mouse and stuff are. I have my screen right in the center. I have my mic literally sitting in my hand, and I turn around. Let me bring the mic with me. I turn around and I write